had the pick of Europe's elites. He chose to follow in his father's footsteps. The early signs are he'll do all right. It's been a summer where we've had our windows flung wide open. It's time for this one to shut.
After the end of the summer transfer window, the crucial period has arrived, where mistakes are not tolerated at the top of the league. We played our fourth league match against EAFC, winning 2-1, and continued with this approach throughout the first half of the season.
I speak Japanese. Listen up. Hey, the Kanamo Tata Kexpia Scheme Sediment, Kakana Kayu Kakos Karamanament, Dona Tomani Tomani Bay, Dona Dominate, Pagamona Kochi, Mona Koshi, Takoshana, Kosho Kamero Kagaya, and Escario Tekoskelio, Tina Rectos in Scartop, show me.
We played 16 matches, won 15, and only drew in 1. Thus, we are finishing the first half of the season at the top of the league, achieving a feat that no team has accomplished before. But this doesn't mean that we've secured the league yet. The second half, roughly 5 months of serious work, still lies ahead of us. We must maintain our good form. Therefore, I've decided to give the players a 2-week break. And after that, we will return to training in preparations for the second half. However, it's crucial to uphold the club's rules and system, which have been in place since my first day at Al-Fada. No consumption of alcoholic beverages. Maintain the designated dietary plan for each player. Avoid staying up late. Adherence to individual training sessions. While the players were spending their holidays adhering to the rules, I returned to relaxing on my comfortable couch and watching TV. I started flipping through channels, and something on one of the Arabic channels caught my attention.
والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون.
I realized it was the Quran, and for the first time I felt like I was hearing something with my heart. It was truly amazing. After 2 weeks of vacation, we returned to serious work. But after a while, I began to notice some players arriving late for the scheduled training. I tried to overlook it, but when it happened more than once, I decided to penalize the players by deducting a certain amount from their weekly salary. As the lateness persisted, the severity of the punishment increased, reaching the point of obliging them to sit on the bench. As we are in January, the winter transfer window period, we, the club management, have decided to make only one signing and rely on the club's academy for the rest of the season. After the end of the transfer window, we started the second half of the season. We trained well and were very prepared for our first match. However, 2 days before the game, a British newspaper leaked pictures of Sancho drinking alcohol at a party. The player admitted to it after issuing an apology on his official social media account, confirming that the matter was indeed true and not fake rumors. The situation became complicated. Immediately, a decision was made to demote Sancho to the U23 team. With this, 3 out of the 4 punished players were supposed to be in the starting lineup. But I will never break the rules for players who are not committed. And we will play the match without them. To cover the team's needs in some positions, I promoted players from the academy. On match day, despite the notable absences, we will try to give our best to We conceded goals in a foolish manner and delivered a very poor performance. We deserved the loss, and we will try to make up for it in the next match.
Hello. After 16 unbeaten matches, Al Fateh Club suffers its first defeat since the start of the league, losing 5-0 to Al Akduad Club. Apparently, the club is facing internal issues that resulted in the punishment of 4 players. So, will Al Fateh Club be able to compensate for this loss against the bottom-ranked Aba Club?
The team is suffering from instability, and the previous match has demoralized the players, especially since it was the first loss in the league, after being accustomed to winning and nothing else. With my long experience, I realize well that what is happening is the beginning of a phase that is difficult to overcome in a short time.
Bonjour à tous, la nuit est... C'est compliqué, à la tombée, attention. Il est bien placé pour marquer. Il est en retrait. Et donc on va en rester là. Il s'est donné en profondeur. Le ballon est bien frappé, mais ça sort. Oh, la frappe. Et c'est le but. Ce but est peut-être le plus... Bien joué, bien frappé.
Resulting in a penalty for Alba's team, which was taken by the player Krikowiak, successfully adding the 4th goal. The match ended with a score of 4-0.
For 230 days, Al Fateh Club held the top spot in the league without any competition. The journey began on August 26th, after defeating Al Wada Club 3-1, continuing throughout the first half with Al Fateh not losing any matches. However, after returning from the January break, the team's balance started to shift and the league leadership became uncertain. Al Fateh opened the away matches with a disastrous performance. It conceded 9 goals in only 2 matches without scoring any goals. Despite this, they managed to bounce back against Al Hilal, winning 4 consecutive matches. So he returns and loses to Al Ali Jeddah, the second-place team, by a score of 3-0. Al Fateh Club continued its poor performance and inconsistent results until April 13th. Its loss to Al Akdud Club also led to losing the league leadership for the...
While watching TV as usual and contemplating how to steer the team back on the right track, I suddenly encountered one of my players in a press interview.
Viewers, thank you, and until next time.
The first thing that crossed my mind was that the player might say things that could further complicate matters, but it turned out that the press interview was about the player's personal life. While I was browsing and reading the highlights of the interview, I discovered that the player is very attached to his religion. This made me connect his words to what's happening in the team. I realized my foolishness at that moment, as I unintentionally caused a significant problem. Immediately, I changed the timing of the training sessions to accommodate all players. I hope that things have improved because we have no excuse anymore. Our only option this season is to win the league. And to win the title, we must win the next 4 matches, or more precisely, the next 4 finals.